like, of your favorite things.
I know that's
That's from the convention.
Okay.
But they have these.
Yeah, at Oil Life, they have little guys like that. Yeah. So, okay, I'll let Andy.
Okay, so my intention
I think the battery's.
is to share a vision for what's possible when you choose to partner with doTERRA to build your financial pipeline. So to create a safe financial future. So I'll share a little bit of our story, but we're mostly going to plow through the content for those who can't stay the whole time. So.
And I just wanted to say, one reason that we have everyone together here is we wanted you to be able to see like who else is on our team.
Awesome.
Right. And just kind of
I love
know
this.
that.
I love it. Angela is a natural leader, and you guys, Angela and Mike, you couldn't ask to work with a better company. They're all heart and they make things happen. So I want to talk to you about a man who lived in the village. This is a couple hundred years ago. Everybody in the village needed water, so he started hauling buckets. And it would take him most of the day, but every bucket of water that he hauled, he was able to sell. The village needed water. One day he had the idea, what if I were to haul buckets in the daytime, but in my extra time, I start building a pipeline. And so he used his time to haul pipes and to dig trenches from the water source to the village until that magical day when he turned on the spigot, and now he had an unlimited income. He was able to sell as much water as people wanted to buy, and he had built a pipeline. So the analogy here is working a daily job, is exchanging hours for dollars, and we only have so many hours, and so there's a natural cap on how much income you can create hauling buckets. And so that's why we've chosen to partner with doTERRA to create a financial pipeline so that we can have time freedom and so that we can have the peace of mind that comes with resilience. You don't worry about having, in certain types of insurance, like, what's that called? When you get insurance on your disability. Yeah, and workers' comp, because we have doTERRA. So that's the beautiful thing that happens with residual income. So it also gives you freedom to choose your schedule and choose who and how you spend your time. So doTERRA, why partner with doTERRA to create your financial pipeline? First of all, we are the most tested, most trusted oil company in the world. We're now the largest oil company in the world, and we have an amazing retention rate. When we win a new customer, we keep that customer. We have a 65% retention rate. And when it comes to building a financial pipeline, having a low number is like having leaks in your pipeline. This 65% number makes a huge difference. Most other direct selling companies lead with the business opportunity. So instead of leading with a product class, they would have been drawing circles in the first 5 minutes of you coming, representing you, and if you get 3 and they get 3, right? So we have a very different culture, and that changes everything. So we also have what we call an authentic network marketing opportunity. What that means is we have a product that people would buy, whether there was a business opportunity attached to it or not. A lot of companies out there, the people just buy the product because they have to get a commission. But doTERRA, if you were to survey the company, I'll bet 90% would say, I buy it regardless of whether there's a paycheck or not. So it's a special and unique thing that way. We also are proven. We have a leadership team of 7 owners who together have over 100 years experience in the industry, many of them in essential oils. Our growth curve matches that of Apple's. So Apple, the company, we reached $1 billion in the same amount of time, 7 years, that Apple did. So we have a really impressive growth record. The company is 100% debt free. So the campus that you see under construction down there, it's completely paid for. doTERRA's values are, we don't leverage, we don't maximize, we don't borrow if we don't have to. And so that campus is 100% paid for, as well as all of our supplies.
And just one thing about the leadership team that I think speaks volumes for those of you who are in business or who work with other companies, and you see how as the years go by, people stay at their jobs for shorter and shorter amounts of time, right? That's really just a big trend. There's always something better, right? You can always make more money somewhere else or whatever. But what's so amazing to me, and maybe this is extra amazing to me because I'm an HR director in my background, is they've all been there from the beginning. So they don't just have 7 really great, vice presidents and leaders, but they've been there for the whole entire 10 years, which to me is just, that's gotta be some really crazy anomaly, right? As far as statistics go, but they really love what they're doing. And obviously any of them can leave at any time, right? And go do something else or whatever, but they're in it for the long haul.
So where's the company now? You said it's 10 years?
We're at
7
10
years
years.
was 1 billion.
Yep, so we're at 2 billion now. So we got to, yeah. I could show you my personal growth chart of our, yeah, we've been in for, the company was 4 months old. So yeah, it's incredible. And one of the reasons that those owners have stuck around is because of this final column, because this is the very best vehicle for changing the world. They get to work with growers around the world and change their lives. We partner with amazing nonprofits like OUR and Mentors and Days for Girls. And we really get to have a huge effect and impact on lifting others. So that's the culture of doTERRA. So then you might be asking yourself, what does it look like to build this business? What does that mean to do doTERRA as a business? Really, there's only 3 things if you were to boil it down. We use the products, and then we share those products with others and teach others to do the same. That's the business in a nutshell. If you want a little more detail on what that looks like, there are 5 main activities, and we've used the acronym of PIPES for those activities. Invite, present, enroll, and support. So prepare, we're talking about the work you do on yourself, this personal development, the setting goals, the planning of your time. That's preparing is all about you. The IP and E is working with your friends, your family, the people you love, the people that you want to bless with doTERRA and its offerings. So with those with those people, we always want to be inviting, presenting, and enrolling. So inviting them to events like this, inviting them to have a chat, inviting them to try the products, presenting, basically telling the product story, and then enrolling them into a mission, into a cause, helping them set up their own membership. All of these are enrolling. And then support is about creating a team and a community. And this is what Angela and Mike do so well. They're all about that team and what the team stands for. And before she had one person on her team, she was asking the question, well, what does my team stand for? Like, what's our tagline? What's our mission? So I love that about Angela and David and Mike Davidson. So, so then we talked about what's possible.
And Andy, in this section, will you also just address a question that you have received, and I'm guessing you've received, is I thought that the best time to join multi-level marketing companies was when they first launched. So why would I want to start 10 years in? Maybe
that's a great question.
Work that in with this.
Absolutely. So doTERRA's growth curve is unlike any other companies. A lot of companies come out the gates and shoot up to 50 million or 100 million, and then they drop down. It's the bell curve. But doTERRA has been a really, really slow but steady hockey stick. And so we're just now starting to penetrate what they call in the law of diffusion of innovation, the early adopters and the middle, right? Like we're just now getting to the big part of the curve. We haven't seen any markets where we've reached saturation. There's no markets that are not growing, even Utah County, which is the most saturated.
Well, look at who's sitting on your couch.
Exactly.
Everyone.
So we're really excited about where doTERRA is going. And honestly, we didn't have the tools in the place that they were in until now. And so there's just a track to run on that hasn't been there till now.
And maybe will you also just, like, one thing that I say to people just on the Discover the Possibilities page that you were on is that my team and the people on my team, me and Mike's team, they can earn as much money as they want.
Mhm.
It's not dependent at all upon how high up we are in the company
Mhm.
or who we're under or anything like that.
Mhm.
We can go as far as and wide as we want to.
Yep. And that's one thing that our story shows as well. We're not the top distributors. Like there's Justin and Eric are the two at the very top of the whole doTERRA tree. We're actually like 4 levels down from there, but we actually earn more than the top distributors. And that's what's amazing about this business model is anyone can raise to any level they want.
And can come in at anywhere.
Right. At any time. So it's like the truest form of capitalism there is. You know, it's a traditional business. There's only one guy at the top, and there's only room for one guy at the top, and everybody else works under them. And so it's amazing.
And we feel the same way that Andrew and Natalie feel, that we feel like the people on our team are spectacular. And I always say, you know, they're gonna totally outshine us, or they're gonna do so much better at this than we are in an excited way, right?
Mhm.
We're excited for you to develop your talents and skills and soar, and we don't have any hard feelings.
Mhm.
If you're surpassing us or doing amazing, we're just excited and cheering you on. And
Yeah.
that's exactly how Natalie and Andy feel. They have some people on their team who are rock stars, and they're like, go get them.
Totally. Yeah. And
Everybody
what you'll
wins.
exactly. And that's what a good compensation plan does is it rewards good behavior. And good behavior is helping others succeed. So what you'll see on here is there's natural incentives to helping others succeed. So let's go ahead and take a look at just exactly what that looks like. So we talked earlier about how one PV is roughly $1 in sales. So each of these numbers below the ranks refers to how much PV is required to get to these levels. Okay. So
And when you say PV, it's not to get overly technical, but it's referring to OV, which is the amount for your whole organization.
right.
So
Exactly.
Yeah.
So not just how much you order, but everyone, you know, you and everyone on your team, how much they order.
Oh, so that 304 per month is how much everybody in your team orders.
So that's actually the income that would be created from the 3K. So 3K above that represents 3,000 in overall team volume for that month.
Okay.
So
and that could be divided up between 2 people. That could be divided up between 30 people. That could be divided up. It,
Oh, got it.
I just
Right.
keep getting- Thank you.
so that's actually a different one. We're
What's
on
our
this
bill?
one.
Okay, perfect.
Sorry.
Thank you.
They have both green.
Thank you.
The two similar.
Because I was too.
You're good to go.
So the first rank that we're talking about is called Elite. So the only requirement for Elite is that you've got 3,000 volume per month. And the average earnings is $300 a month. The next level up is Premier. Premier is made up of 2 executive legs, and each executive leg is 2,000 in PV. And the total volume for the whole thing is 5,000. So you could have an extra 1,000 on one of those legs or a third leg, doesn't matter where the other 1,000, but that's 5,000 for Premier. And they earn on average 700 per month.
And on all these qualifying legs underneath the ranks, you know, say executive and then elites and then golds and premiers and so forth, that's the minimum on the leg. So you could have a presidential diamond under you and an executive, and you'd be premier.
Right.
And so it goes to show that it really goes to what you do and how you help your organization grow, and how if you don't work and do the things that these guides talk about, you know, you can rise as high as your work and your relationships and the things you do allow you to do. But just because if Andy and Natalie were to decide tomorrow, we're not going to do this anymore, then that wouldn't have a negative impact on us, because we're not limited by Andy and Natalie. And if we decide, which we're not going to do, but if we decide the same thing, it doesn't have a negative impact on you. When we were first talking about this, Angie's like, "You mean someone below us could have a higher rank than we do?" I said, "Yeah." And that's great.
Yep.
Because you're not limited by what other people in the organization are doing. You're only limited by what you do.
And Andy has also mentioned that these numbers are averages. So like when you first hit the rank, you're probably going to be below that, right? And then when you've been in it for a while or longer, it will be more. So.
Yep, exactly. So
It's basically 10%. That's how you would say you would bring it in. Or 10% of everything that your team, people below you.
I don't think that's
um,
accurate.
let's go up to the next ranks, and you'll see how it does vary depending on the rank. So Premier needs 5,000. A silver needs 3 elites. So each of those is 3,000. So that's 3 legs of 3,000. So a total of 9,000. So the average income is higher than
You're right.
10%. But let's keep going. Gold. The gold is made up of 3 premiers, which is the 3 legs of 5,000. So 15,000, you're making 4,700 average. But again, like Angela said, these averages are higher than what you'll make the first time you get to these levels. So like the first time you hit gold, you might be maybe 3,000, and then it'll go up from there. Platinum, the first time you hit, you might be like 6,000, and it'll go up from there. But platinum is made up of 3 silvers. Diamond is made up of 4 silvers. So you can see how we're basically just taking these and structuring the ranks above, right? So diamond is made up of 4 silvers. Blue diamond is made up of 5 golds. And then presidential diamond is made up of 6 platinums. So,
But ideally, our presidential diamond will be made up of 6 presidential diamonds
that'd be the cool way to go.
or more.
Yep.
So presidential diamond is the highest you can go.
Well, after you go presidential, doTERRA lets you start another position. So now you have 2 accounts with doTERRA, and then you can build that account as high as you want. So the highest rank, the highest person in doTERRA is it Haley?
It's Elise.
Elise Shedeby. So she's built presidential, and then on her new account, she's built all the way to presidential, and then she started a 3rd account on that front line and built that one to diamond. So you can keep adding accounts indefinitely. So there's literally
So she has
no
1
cap.
million people.
They're probably at 300,000 now. We
So
have,
instead of it just going up higher, you reach this part and then you repeat.
so yeah,
And I was gonna say, it doesn't necessarily matter how many people, it's how much they're
yeah. they-
doing in volume. So
Right.
you might have a team of 300 or
Mhm.
10,000. They just
Exactly.
aren't doing the same. It just depends on how much they're all doing.
Andy, will you, just since Maddie has to go,
Sure.
will you talk with us about Fast Start and
Yes.
then your incentive that you're doing for our team. So
Yes.
our team always means all of us and all the people on your teams.
So the colors on this chart represent the different ways that you earn money. doTERRA has 5 different commissions, but the 4 make up the bulk of your commissions. So the bottom one is purple, and that's the Fast Start income. So basically, if you enroll your friend, you're going to get 20% on everything they order for their first 60 days. So let's say they order the diamond kit, which is $2,000. You're going to get 40%, or sorry, 20% on the PV, which is $400. So that's
20%, like you said, on the PV, so on the
Yeah.
points.
exactly. So that's level 1. Let's say they go out and enroll somebody, you're going to get 10% on whatever their people buy, and then they go out and enroll somebody, you're going to get 5% on them. So Fast Starts gets paid out 3 levels, and it's just based on how much you bring in and then how much they bring in. So that's
And it keeps going. Level 4 is.
so this one stops at 3,
Oh,
but then the next one up from that, which is the blue color. Oh, sorry, green.
And
The green
it's
one is the
based-
middle.
It's based on points, it's based on, you know,
Mhm.
the money you get is based on if the kit costs it was 400 points.
Mhm.
But the money you get isn't points, it's money. So you get a check from doTERRA. So I just want to specify that because we talked
Exactly.
about points, which would be
Yeah.
really cool to get points, and it's even cooler to get cash.
So, and it's not for the first 60 days that you're a member. It's for the first 60 days of the person that you enroll is a member and the person that they enroll. So during that first 60 days after someone enrolls, the commission that gets paid out on the things that they purchase is the Fast Start commission. And that gets
Okay.
paid to 3 people. That gets paid to the 3 people above them in the 20, 10, and 5.
Because otherwise it's less than 20, 10, 5.
Well, no, it's not. But we'll
It's
talk.
for 60 days.
It's just for that first 60 days.
But
Is how-
just
is how they do
after
it.
it
Starts.
It's from when that person starts.
You're earning.
And then once the 60 days ends, and correct me if I'm wrong if I say any of this, once that 60-day ends for that individual, then the commissions that get paid out on purchases that they make stops being the Fast Start and goes to the unilevel.
That's right.
Which is what Addie was trying to do.
There's more ways to get paid.
So the unilevel eventually becomes the bulk of your check, just because that's, people share with people, and then the team grows. And doTERRA rewards, most companies do it the opposite way. They pay out a higher percentage on level 1 through 3, and then less on 4 through 7. But doTERRA does the opposite. They pay the most where you have the most people. So if you think about, as people naturally share, you're going to have a lot of people down on your levels 5 through 7. And so that's, again, that incentivizes good behavior. People continuing to share and share. So the Fast Start bonus, let's talk about that. It's basically incentivizing the behavior of enrolling new people, right? And we always want to be sharing and bringing, sharing the products and the business with new people. So Natalie and I have offered to the Davidsons and everyone on their team to match Fast Starts. So let's say you go out and you share somebody who buys a diamond kit, you would earn $400. We're going to match that $400, so you just earn $800. So let's say you're getting, somebody buys the Natural Solutions kit, which is 400 PV, you get $100, no, 80. 80,
From doTERRA.
we would match that, and you'd get 160.
And doTERRA and the Goddards pay those every week.
Yep.
They pay theirs on Venmo or PayPal if you have Venmo or PayPal. And doTERRA sends you a check or puts it in your direct deposit. So basically, you're getting 40% cash back of all the points, right, that people are spending. I
Yeah.
call it jumpstart, right? 'Cause
Mhm.
it's kind of just to get you going. And you're like, hey, I can do this. This is awesome.
And the Goddards are only matching the 20% level.
Right.
And doTERRA still pays the 20, the 10, and the 5, but the Goddards are only matching the 20%.
Well, I like to say they're matching the most generous
Yeah.
level, right? If I had to pick which one will you match for me, and
Yeah.
I would pick that one, right?
Right.
So, and right now they're offering that for everyone on our team and everyone on the teams that you build until the end of December.
Right.
So that's kind of a limited time offer. But let's say that you start enrolling people, you know, this week or the beginning of November, they're still gonna have that whole 60 days,
Mhm.
right? Because that would be before the
Exactly.
end of the year. So,
So it's kind of like a scholarship program. Like we want to show that we believe in you and we want you to be successful. We know that sometimes when you're just getting started, that those can be the hardest times. And so,
and can be the most exciting.
and the most exciting. So we just want to make it extra exciting.
And did you already talked about how you're doing the books too?
Yeah.
So that's for everybody, right? That you enroll or that they enroll, so.
Exactly.
And you can talk to me about that, about how to get the books and how we do all that, so.
Yep.
Super generous. And the best part is, I don't know if it's the best part, but a really good part is people who are joining your team maybe aren't calling you every 5 seconds. What do I do with my canker sore? What do I do with my broken toe? What do I do with the blister? All the things we looked up on vacation. They're just looking them up in their book, right? We didn't call Andy and Natalie and say, I don't know what to do. We just looked it up in our book, got our oils out, used them. So I feel like it's also saving you time and it's empowering them and getting them excited to solve their health issues.
So that's, so we've covered Fast Start and Unilevel. Power of 3 is another bonus that's really good money, especially just as you're getting started. And this is a structural bonus. So it's basically you and everyone on your front line is considered your team. And so if everybody on that team, sorry, if you and at least 3 people have a monthly order of 100 PV and yeah, 100 each.
Okay.
And if the total of you and your front line is 600 PV, then you've completed that pod or that team. And so you're earning a $50 Power 3 bonus. If each of those people goes out and does the same, so them and each of their teams has 600 PV, then you're getting the Power 3 250 every month. And then if they go out and do the same, you're earning $1,500 per month just from this one bonus. And that's paid out every month.
Even Fast Starts for me.
That doesn't count
How
any of the
long
others.
does that last though?
Forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's every month. And obviously when you're, just getting started, that's significant. So this is a really generous bonus. You could, like, if this was a perfect structure, it only takes 5,000 PV in volume, and you're getting $1,500 back in that bonus.
So just to
Well,
kind of
15
like,
You're getting 1,500
Right.
plus the 3 people underneath you are getting
250
250 each,
And they're
plus the 3 people that are getting 50. Yeah.
and we're happy to help you as you're placing people on your team, help you figure out how to place people so that you can earn the Power of 3 bonus and that it can help you with your rank advancements. We would love for you to earn as much money as you possibly can from doTERRA. So we're happy to help you figure that out. So for example, Mike and I mean, just to show you, like, I don't want to say how easy it is, right? But when we decided to start doTERRA after the convention, we hadn't thought about it, right? We just thought, this feels good, we're gonna go for it, here we go. And so it's not like we've been sitting at home plotting things out, right, for months in advance. But we're hoping to be at the 250 level for Power 3 this month, which is really like our first month. I think we signed up like 2 days before October. And then we're hoping to be at the $1,500 Power 3 next month. So it's not something that's like super far out, right? It's something that you can really achieve. And just in case we weren't clear before, the Power of 3 is always good forever. It's just the 20% extra matching that the Goddards are doing. That's what's only happening through December.
So you signed up, how many people to get to this level by the end of this month, you're saying?
All it takes is the number of people in the diagram.
Right.
Yeah, so you signed up 9,
So by the end of the month, then that's how many people we're hoping to have on our team. And did you already talk about how you can double that?
Oh, yeah, so if you're earning your power of 3 with these 3 team members, let's say you've got 3 other team members, you can earn that 1,500 twice,
So that's
So-
nice.
up to 3,000 a month.
So when you're starting, you're maybe on 1, and then as you're growing, you're doubling that. But that's not even, any of your other bonuses or earnings, right? That's just that one thing could be $3,000 a month, so.
Is that a question?
Yeah, so, based on, let's say your team is there, but let's say for a certain month, there's no growth, there's no sales. Does the income remain, or is the income not valid, or maybe you came short of
Sure.
quota? Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally. So when it comes to the rank and the payouts, they pay out based on what you earned that month. So let's say you had a crazy good month, in November, maybe they did BOGOs and you shot all the way up to platinum. And then maybe in February you fell back to gold. You get paid for November at platinum and you get paid in February for gold. So you get paid for whatever level you hit that month.
So it's not like you get somewhere and then you've arrived.
No.
You just
You
keep
might-
arriving.
Yeah.
Well, and
It's
And-
like, what's the game? Shoots and ladders.
and the only part of the compensation that matters with respect to rank is when we talk about the leadership. The stuff below that, the unilevel and the power of 3 and the fast start, that doesn't depend on your rank, except on the lower levels on the fast start. You have on the lower levels of the unilevel, you have to have certain ranks to get 5th, 6th, and 7th levels of income. But if you've got people down in the 7th level, you've probably got that rank to get it. And so if you drop from presidential diamond to blue diamond because one of your platinums falls out, perhaps, that changes your leadership bonus, but it doesn't have the same type of effect here because that's every month going to be based on the volume at each of those levels.
So you could be, have a wonderful team, yet if the team doesn't continue to progress, it's basically
Well, and that's,
the income goes down.
yeah, and that's when we talk about the pipes, the last one is to support. And when I talk about our opportunity in this, the thing that I always focus on is how do I help the people on my front line to be successful? Because I don't care if you buy a bunch because I'm only going to get 2% on anything anybody on my front line purchases. That is not motivating. The motivation for me is to make sure that you guys are able to continue to build, that you guys are getting the support you need to continue to build. And that's good for both of us. Because the large percentages are down in level 5, 6, and 7. So
We're gonna just pause for 1 second.
You're great.
Because Athena has a burning question, and I think it is a question that you all have or will have. So I'd love to, she really has to go, but come on.
Great.
Get in here.
shoes, so I'm gonna listen.
You're fine.
No, you're fine, come in.
It's okay.
I want you to say it, because I want all of us to hear this answer.
Do I actually?
But don't feel like you're put on the spotlight. Yeah, just say it.
I do feel a little.
But I want you to-
or Angela, you ask the question that Athena wants you to ask.
I want you to say
We all
it
know
from
it
your
came
heart.
from you.
So.
And Patrick talked about his dry nostrils last week, so.
Just love me and appreciate me and don't make me feel more embarrassed. Okay, so I really need more thoughtfulness and inspiration as to how I know how to share.
Mhm.
And I've been able to do better than I ever have at being able to share and get people here but then I'm asking about, say, 10 people.
Mhm.
Sometimes 0 come, sometimes 2 come.
Mhm.
So what is it that we can do maybe better?
Mhm.
Or how do we bridge the gap between asking and getting them here? Like,
Sure.
how can we do that?
Great question, huh?
That's a fantastic.
And
question.
by the way, one of the people that Athena brought to our team is Nancy. So let's just celebrate that success for a brief
Yay.
moment, because she's amazing.
And I wouldn't have
And
come.
the
And
Martins.
let's not even forget the Martins,
The
who
Martins,
now has her mom on her team. So
it can
definitely-
happen, like it's happening
Yeah.
better than I've ever
Awesome.
had it happen.
Yeah.
And I know I'm in, I wanna do this.
she just wants to be maybe more effective. if
But
she
I've
can.
been
Yeah.
reaching out to 10, let's say 10 plus people this week. And a couple of them say they're coming and
Yeah.
then something comes up and they can't.
Yeah.
And I just, I mean, I know nothing about this, so I should probably be quiet. But I think that sometimes, like, I think sometimes for some people, like, they like to be in the group and it's synergy and but other people, they just want like a one-on-one.
Yeah.
You know, and like, they just can't come, they can't get involved, it's too complicated.
So we need to
Busy,
do
and it's
really
like,
good job.
They just want to go, they just want like someone to come for 40 minutes and just like
Mhm.
talk about
Check
that
their-
one-on-one, private, in their own home. And then they're like, this is really cool. I
Then
don't
you can
know.
sort of start
So
them
it's-
right there, okay.
That's kind of what I think. And sometimes I am that person that's just like, look, I can't, like, there was someone that wanted to show me something. They're like, well, you can have a party. I was like, I can't do
Yeah.
that. You know,
It's too
I just,
overwhelming.
I don't have the time, I don't have the space in my life right there. You know, but I think the product is cool, but can you just come and just like show me, you know, just show me the
Yeah.
thing. And maybe like, it's like, sometimes it's like this for some people
Yeah.
and sometimes it's like, you know, on the individual. I don't know.
That's a
That's
good
just one point. So anyway,
Yeah.
now let's have the expert actually
No,
tell
you're-
you
no,
what the
you're
real
spot on.
answer is.
That it's really
That's
about meeting
nice.
people
A lot of
where they
answers.
are,
Yeah.
just like you said. And so recognizing, I think one of the key things about getting in front of people is understanding their needs. So as soon as you understand what their burning unmet need is, then you know how to serve them. They've given you the code on how to crack them, on how
How
to
do we
get in.
learn that? Is there a little mini class that we could do?
Sometimes you just ask them.
Yeah,
We could, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like this part right here, that part where he said fill out the
Fill
things
out.
that are,
yeah.
you know, because then you start saying like, that'd be really great if I wasn't. Or just this, and then you say, oh, I can't do it, I gotta pay for it. And then it's like, 3 people that are already on the when they have school, when they have.
Oh, so you start reaching out with the,
You just listen what they say, and then that's a good idea.
Yeah, so anytime we reach out to people, the first goal is connection. The first goal is to let them know you love them, you care for them, you're there for them. A lot of times, health stuff just comes up.
Okay.
Like you don't have to bring it up. So you're just asking how you're doing, how's the family, how's your husband? Like it tends to come up. This share guide actually has some of the, this is yours, I'll give you back. So,
can't leave without it.
so it has scripts for how to initiate conversations, how to share a sample, how to follow up on giving people a sample. The goal really is to give them experience. And the sooner you can get the oil on them or in them, around them, they're gonna have that experience and you're gonna get their attention. And so sometimes, you know, it helps to be bold and it helps to just kind of, Natalie loves to get in people's space and just start rubbing oils on their neck and on their shoulders.
It
And
does make a difference, I have to.
It totally
And
does.
maybe you just kind of, and I'm saying you as in like, this is, you know, good for all of us, right? Maybe you just back up one step and maybe you're not inviting them to the class, you know? Maybe you're just saying, hey, I'm doing doTERRA now and I'm so excited. And man, I've been smelling this green mandarin every morning and we put it in our shower, right? My kids are happy, it's easier for them to get up. Sometimes I'll take the bottle of orange or grapefruit or whoever, and I'll just like put it under my kid's nose while I'm trying to wake them up, and I'm like, just take a breath, you know, I'm working you through this.
Yeah.
But, because I have one son who's a really deep sleeper, but maybe you just back up to the sharing and completely not even have in your mind,
Yeah.
you know, that they're coming to the class, And then it becomes more of a natural progression and they can see how excited you are, right? I shared with Natalie that we've been lending out our kids' kit.
Yeah, that's
So-
what I was just gonna say.
so
They
lending
lent us
items.
the stuff from convention, because I was like, I have a lot of oils, so I feel like, do I need what, you know, and I didn't get to go there, so I was like, you know, you're kind of curious, but sometimes you don't feel like saying, oh, I really need this until you get to try something, and then I was like, you know, so I was thinking, well, I could make some of the ones like the kids, I got a lot of different ones, and then I was like, these are really awesome, those kids ones are really awesome, so I thought to myself, like, you know, to lend out more oils.
And
is
tell
really
them what
good
happened
idea.
when you brought our kit back. Your
Oh,
kids were
well,
like,
my kids were like, my son like took 2 out and he was like, well, these ones are gonna be mine. These are my favorite ones. And I said, these are ours. He was like, what? Because he's using them in our house. And I said, we're gonna give these back just to smell and just, you know,
use.
and he was like, oh, okay. I'm not keeping those.
So we've been
So I was like, I guess I do actually need to buy them. You know?
So we've been
So it
lending,
just shows you about using and
Yeah.
more.
we've been letting our kids kit out, and then Natalie's suggestion was do the same thing with the diffuser. So, you know, if someone says their kids are sick, right, or God, we just got over our sickness, we just can't get sick again, right? So maybe instead of dropping off an apple pie, you're dropping off a diffuser and some On Guard, and you're like, I know you guys just got well and you want to stay well. This is what we do in our house when we're doing that, right?
We'll be back on Tuesday to pick it up.
Yeah, and leave it there for a week.
I'm gonna explore some more with you
Yeah.
guys. I appreciate your time. And then I'll learn more.
The last part of the question is the follow-up.
Okay, that's probably what I'm missing right
So
now.
What's that, Doug?
Well, I'm just like giving them it to
You
them
can.
tomorrow.
After.
You can. You can resell products,
Thank you.
and you can sell them for whatever price you want to sell them for.
Check that.
But it's, and that's fine, and I don't know what percentage of people do that as how they do their business. I mean, you can set up an Amazon web store and do it.
Basically, what you want to do though is enroll members to purchase their own stuff.
But this is more like me dropping off my favorite hairspray for you, right? And
Yeah.
saying, hey, you should try this. I
Yeah.
on concert mine because it's so great.
For example, Jasper's and that's Boston.
Yeah.
And if that lady had a display there, she
Yeah.
could sell,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told her that.
but it says right here you can't resell.
Where does it say that?
It says it on the enrollment form.
Terms and conditions.
You have to
It does.
Oh.
I've looked through that too. It says,
Well, if you're
She could just sign the spot up as a customer under her.
if you're are you looking at the wholesale or are you looking at the
wellness advocate.
wellness advocate?
They both say it.
I think on the order and ask it for personal.
Yeah, let me see that.
Andy,
I gotta find it. Resell products. Member agrees that they will not sell doTERRA products purchased through the membership. But if you're
I know people that
doing-
do it.
Well, that's the thing is, because I'm wondering, like, when you're ordering for people,
yeah, we gotta,
if people
we
aren't
gotta
enrolling
question.
themselves to order it, you're ordering it for them. You're not basing it on
I was
themselves.
drawing it in between her flowers, and I was trying to pull up this.
You see, that's the weird thing.
So we
Let me
have
see that.
two
I'm both
questions.
Because there's something
I'm gonna
that's-
let Amanda ask her question and then the other question is kind of tied to it.
Well, no, Doug, I mean, our question
Well,
is
ask
the
the
same
spot
question.
on it.
Yeah, so for instance, on there, it says that you will not resell the product.
So Jesse Kate works at a
It's,
spa.
yeah, right here, I'll show you. It says that you are agreeing that you won't resell it, but what happens if you have people that just want you to order the product for them? Like, they don't want to sign up as a member, they don't want to sign up as an advocate, they just want the product. But right there, it's making it sound
Well-
like you can't order it and sell it to them.
Well, when it says through the membership, so you can buy products for yourself,
Mhm,
and then and they assign tax based on personal use.
mhm.
And so it's those products that you can't turn around and sell. You can buy all the product you want at wholesale
Mhm.
and then sell it again at retail,
Mhm.
as long as you designate it as such
And
in
there's
the
a little
purchase.
checkbox.
Yeah, there's a checkbox that
It
you
says
check.
for
It's my
personal
tax.
consumption
Oh.
for business.
That's the
So
fifth
that's-
way.
So you get a
That's for
wholesale number,
IRS purposes.
tax number, and then you got your book tax.
So the person that you're selling it to, you charge them sales tax.
Oh.
Okay, and then
If
you're
it's in-
marking.
Just like you're any other retailer.
So
Then you have to
there
sell it
are
on
lots of
retail
spas
or wholesale.
and lots of you know, Whole Foods. I mean, not Whole Foods, but there's lots of mom and pop shops that sell doTERRA.
Yeah,
retail.
see, my daughter works at a spa and she talked with her boss and said, you know what, if I were to have, and the lady said, that's fine. But then I looked at that and went,
Yeah.
oh, you can't.
That's Jess that's in Kansas City.
Oh, cool.
So she's in a possibly unsaturated spa
Yeah.
market, right? Versus like maybe the strip
Yeah.
or
Right.
Utah.
Vegas is- yeah, pretty hard.
So
So
that's
that was
what,
one question. Was that another one too?
no, that was the same question. We were just
Oh,
on
okay.
both sides of it, trying to figure out.
So Jess could sell it, or the spa could enroll,
Mhm.
right, as its own
Yep.
account,
Mhm.
if it wanted to, right? Because then it would earn points and all that.
Totally.
And they can choose, Andy, tell me if I'm wrong, the spa could choose to sell the products at wholesale and just have the benefit that comes to the spa
Mhm.
be that the spa is getting points, right? That the spa is accumulating points.
Yeah, if they bought it on their account, then those points aren't really serving them. So it's usually best for the store to sell it at retail or to enroll the people with their own memberships so that there are some commissions that come.
So that they have their own
Is the
customers.
best, that's what I was gonna say, is the best option for, like, let's say you have someone who just wants the product.
Uh-huh.
I mean, if you're buying it at wholesale and you're selling it to them at the retail price,
Uh-huh.
the difference is going to pay for their membership.
Right.
So isn't the best thing just to have them? Okay.
Yeah, we like to teach people, like, would you ask to buy stuff off my Amazon account? Of course not. Like, you set up your own Amazon account. Even Prime, like, it just makes sense for people to have their own Prime account, right?
Yeah.
And so that's how I explain it to people. I was like, it really is not that convenient for you to order on my account. So let's get you set up. Let's get you going.
Okay.
You can change your order every month and get whatever you need.
How do people succeed?
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Yes, I do have one more question that triggered what you said. There's something on when you start, the fast start,
Uh-huh.
where you have to have, Angela, you were trying to tell me about it and I did not understand what the heck you're talking about. This,
Thanks for being
yeah, okay, the LPR order.
Showing what you're pointing to.
The loyalty
So
rewards
what I was
program.
trying to explain,
You said, you have to have
Is that
something on
in
your
order-
account and I'm like,
for her to be eligible for the fast start bonus, there's other reasons, but this was like the burning one, was that if she signed Jess up, or
Uh-huh.
Maddie, under her, enrolled them, that in order for you to be eligible for the fast start bonus from their enrollment,
Oh.
you would have to have in the system 100-point minimum LRP order.
Yeah, so the minimum for all commissions to be paid out is 100 PV. So
Mhm.
That's
so since it's the end of the month and it goes away at the end of the month or it rolls over,
the LRP points.
the 100 PV.
So why don't we just back up and talk about what LRP is?
Okay.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
so
did I
LRP
don't let you
Well,
finish?
and specifically how the LRP interacts with your ability to earn commissions.
Right. So the
Sorry,
loyalty
I didn't
rewards
want to be-
program.
No.
Okay.
You're great. The loyalty rewards program is the way for customers and wellness advocates to get free stuff every time they buy. So,
So Amanda got the Natural Solutions kit.
yep. So
So
that
she's got
fast tracked
400.
you. Yep. So I think you probably started 15%
Mhm.
because of that. So now you're getting 15% back on everything you buy. So it doesn't matter if you spend 50 or 5,000, you're going to get 15% back if you buy it through your loyalty rewards order. Does that make sense? So it's just the
Angie, do
loyalty.
you get that?
So really what
If you
what
get it, I
I think
get
we
it.
need to back up to is just what is a loyalty rewards order?
So the
And
loyalty
why do
rewards.
you have, what is that?
So this brochure explains it best, what the benefits of loyalty rewards are and what the differences are. But we're not going to go too far into
The
that.
loyalty
Basically,
program.
yeah, it's the loyalty program. Like
Right?
They-
Get
Which
points
packet
for
is it on?
purchase.
I'll look at it better.
Purple.
last page of the purple. So
So-
basically,
Go ahead.
it's every time you place an order You can do it as a loyalty rewards order, right? Which is, it's basically them storing a template. It's you raising your hand saying, I'm committing to buy every month, and I can change it every month, but having a template means that you're a loyalty rewards order. You're a loyalty rewards customer, okay? So you can also place other orders as a standard order, but you don't have all the same benefits. So when you place through loyalty rewards, you get free stuff, and you also get like free shipping points. If you want to have it shipped, you earn like points back on the shipping. It's kind of like the best. It's better than Amazon.
So when you go into your account, you say, I want to do a new order, you put in your things that you want. And so like for us, for our standing order, we have vitamins, On Guard drops, right? Our regular toothpaste, deodorant that we go through all the time. And then at the end, when you go to check out, you click create a loyalty rewards order. And you're turning it into a loyalty rewards order. And then that just kind of sits there as your template. And then on November 1st, you go in and say, oh, I'm not going to get that because I really wanted the lip gloss that's coming out for the holiday special in November, or whatever you want. But every time you place an order, you should click on the button that says loyalty rewards order, because if it's a loyalty rewards order, that's when you're getting points.
But no loyalty, so by placing a loyalty rewards order, is it just like you can automatically bill you every month?
So
you can go
having
and
a-
change it.
Yeah. So having a template is kind of like saying, I'm going to do an order the same day every month, but you can change it every month.
You can
You
change
know,
the date that it
You can
processes.
change the date. It's just, it's like having,
Just say it month, it's just a recurring
Mhm.
purchase.
Yeah.
You're setting yourself a recurring.
But you pick.
but we change ours every single month. You know, vitamins are a stand, like a regular, but we change our.
And then every month, doTERRA has a special where if your loyalty rewards order is 125 points, so 25 higher than the minimum in order to be paid commission, then you get a bonus, right? So this month it was lemon.
Mhm.
Next month it might be lime, I don't know what it is. So the two like bonus, it's like the Clinique bonus, right? When I was married, my son, what's a Clinique bonus? The two levels are 125 points, and then the next level is 200 points, and you can get those at the same time, right? The 200 will qualify for 125. The only difference is you only get the special gift at the 125 if you place your order by the 15th of every month. The 200 point option, which this month is those 3 citrus oils and the car diffuser, that's for the whole month. So, and the really awesome thing is that if you're really struggling, you can call somebody and just talk to them on the phone and say, I'm trying to place this order and I don't know if I hit the right button or whatever. Or you can even just go in to the counter.
That's what we do.
So we're lucky like that. And not that we're not happy to answer questions.
Question?
I don't want to change subject, is there?
Well, you have another question.
Oh, so I'm curious about starting this in other countries.
Mhm.
So for me, in
Yeah,
my
that's our question.
in my background, on my father's side of the family is in Indonesia,
Awesome.
and we have a lot of relatives that come for family reunions,
Cool.
and we would love to. That's what made me most interested
Uh-huh.
when Angela talked to me about it.
So doTERRA is,
And I'll tell you why, because like Tejumulia,
Mhm.
So jamu means herbal medicine.
oh, really?
Yeah. So we
How cool.
have, our family has a herbal medicine store that's had for 50 years in Indonesia.
Okay, great. That's awesome.
And my great grandma ran.
Cool. So doTERRA is expanding quickly
Yeah.
into global markets. My wife is going to the grand opening of Brazil right now. So we are currently open in about 19 countries. We ship to over 50 countries, but we're like fully operational in those 19 countries. Indonesia is on the roadmap for can't remember if it's 2019, I think it's 2020.
2020.
So it's coming. But you can go to sharesuccess.com/international and you can see which markets are open, which ones are coming, and what that means in terms of what doTERRA does and what we have to do. Basically, you can start sharing anywhere in the world and you can start planting those seeds. You might have to take care of some of the logistics, like getting people paid. But the sooner you start sharing, the sooner you have a market ready, so that when doTERRA starts shipping, your life just gets easier. And
So from your best practice, right? Is that how would you recommend? Like if I want to try to start doing it in Indonesia.
I would just start sharing oils with people you know and care about them.
Do they have other distribution centers throughout the world?
We do. Yeah, we got warehouses in, I think, every continent.
Well, and what happens when, and correct me if I'm wrong, but this is my understanding, is with respect to Indonesia, it's scheduled to be open in 2020, which means that doTERRA will have the ability to fulfill orders in the country in 2020. Now, between now and then, you can build there, but you have to worry about the logistics. You have to ship the stuff,
Nowhere to ship it from.
nowhere to ship it from, and be able to do that.
I mean, is that something your team and our team has insight into already?
We have a massive experience. So
Right.
my wife and I helped open the Australian market. We helped open the Russian market, Hungary and Romania. We just launched a huge team there last year. Brazil, we have 60% of all of Brazil on our team. So we have lots of experience with international markets.
So are you going after Indonesia yet?
Personally, I don't have any contacts there, so it's
Yeah.
not on my roadmap, but anyone on our team that has interest, same thing with Brazil. Like we didn't have any contacts there, but we have a frontline who does, and so we've done a ton of work with that.
Cool. I'd be interested in that. And
Cool.
and South Africa would be the other one.
So we just opened South Africa.
Oh, the
Yeah.
company just opened South Africa.
So when you
Now-
say, yeah, because
now-
we,
Because the other country that we're talking about now is Italy.
Italy,
Now, Italy's open,
Mhm.
but the other thing to keep in mind is there's the Founders Club in Italy is still open.
tell
And
us,
so
like,
with each country,
yeah, what exactly, if you know, because so we've talked to people over there, and we're just trying to figure out like what the next step is. Like, what do we do? That was my question.
Sure,
So
in Italian. All I could find was doTERRA.eu.
when we looked online and we looked up the Italian thing, when we were talking with the people, she said it looked like there was a place where they put in their email addresses and it forwards them to someone. And I said, that doesn't benefit us at all. If they're just putting
Well,
in
wouldn't
email
it be
addresses.
doTERRA's website?
Some
It-
other
Well, no, it was, I mean, it was like, I'll look it up for you.
Okay.
Cause it had.
Yeah.
Yeah, she sent us.
We're fully functioning in all of Europe.
Uh-huh.
And in Italy, I was just there 2 weeks
Mm-hmm.
ago in Sicily, and we have a Blue Diamond leader in Italy. We have 2 Diamond leaders on our team in Italy. So we've got a lot of growth in
Okay.
Italy.
So
it's
are
easy
we-
to ship. It's easy to get paid.
Are we like, are we slow on going there? Are we still, it's still a good thing?
No.
so
I think there are only 2 countries in Europe that their Founders Club is full. I think it's Hungary and Romania.
Mhm.
So the Founders Club is basically, it's a huge incentive for people who want to be a pioneer in a new market. So most markets, the requirement is to get to gold, and you need to hit gold 3 months in a row, and then maintain gold 10 months out of the year. And now you're a founder, you're a member of the Founders Club for that market, which means that forever, as long as you maintain that rank, you and all the other founders will share 1% of that market's gross revenues. So now that I became US founders, and there are 25 US founders, and we all take 1% of the US market gross, and we share it between all of us. So we've got a lot of Australian founders on our team. We've got a lot of Brazilian founders on the team. And so that market, it's kind of like owning stock in the company.
So the founder is who is the founder?
It's you. If you are
Right.
gold in that market, So you would need to have 3 premier legs in that market. Then you're a founder.
So there's still spots in the Italy. And so if you got 3 premier legs in Italy, before the Founders Club closes, and there's still 12 or 13 spots, 15 spots, then you would be founders in Italy.
You guys.
How about South Africa? Is there still openings in South Africa's Founders Club?
Hey, Andy, is there still openings in South Africa's Founders Club?
My understanding is South Africa only opened in September. Like,
So there still would be
Open.
openings.
so yeah, so I don't know anybody who's qualified as a founder in South Africa, so it's wide open.
Yeah. So South Africa's open. Indonesia is clearly going to be
So it
open.
probably has 6 people.
Now, how quickly does the Founders Clubs usually fill up? Is it within the first few months, just for like the year? What is the?
The U.S. market filled up. The Founders Club filled up in like 10 months. The Hong Kong market has been open for 8 years and still isn't full. So it just depends on the market and how aggressively people are building there.
I think that was Maria that asked that question.
Okay.
So I guess,
Good question, baby.
my question is, is that something you can help guide us in?
Absolutely.
Because I feel like we're infants in this, trying to figure out what to do. We're serious about that and realize that's probably a good place for us to go, but
Cool.
like what? Oh no, we know that.
Yeah.
We love it.
Speaking
But
great
I'm
language
just
there.
saying, like, to take this and to share it with people.
It's beautiful there.
But it's like the
I thought you
next.
said it was
Yeah.
a business expense, and that's my next question.
Yeah, I said to him, I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
that's some good business.
It totally is.
But anyway, we just
Yeah.
need some guidance to do that.
Yeah, we'd be happy to coach you there. We have 414 diamonds on our team, so we know what it takes to make it.
Okay.
All right, we'll go after Indonesian. South
Okay,
Africa.
so look at this. This was given to us by a really good contact.
Should go after
Yeah,
So-
that's not a doTERRA website.
But isn't that just
Fake
interesting?
news, Amanda.
Yeah, and I said to her, I said, don't share that with anybody. Because look, this just makes them,
Somebody just went out and bought that domain name, and they put this there.
so this is them trying to advertise for their own team.
Yeah, they're building their team through this website.
Gotcha. So
So-
is that something that's smart for us to do for our,
Well,
like,
when
our
you
start there?
when you become a wellness advocate, you get your own replicated website that you can send people to, and they can watch videos, and they can enroll, they can buy products.
At
Did
doTERRA.com.
we do that then?
Mhm.
Oh, I didn't even know we did that.
Yeah, we can show you how to get that.
Oh,
So
okay. Okay. So that's because she was saying to us, our friend over there, she said, you need to give me something that I can share with my friends. And I said,
Yeah.
I have no idea what to give you.
Yeah, Mike and Angela can help you
Oh, yeah.
with that.
You need to ask us.
So I just don't know the questions to ask.
No, it's fine.
Showsuccess.com/international.
Latvia, she's asking about Latvia.
Oh yeah,
Is
that-
I don't know off the top of my head.
technically part of the EU.
I don't know.
What was that?
Is that part of the EU?
The European Union.
Yeah, they are.
Then we're
And you ship out of where's the warehouse up there?
So we have a warehouse in London. We're setting up another one in, I think it's Netherlands. And then we're opening another office in Germany. I don't know if that's going to be a shipping center, but that's in Munich. So Moscow does some shipping now.
I think that's impressive you got into Moscow.
Yeah, Russia was tough.
It'll be interesting to see the dynamics of that.
Yes.
Because they are
Their culture is-
notorious for
Yeah.
stealing things,
Yeah.
if I can put it lightly.
Yeah, it's every international market has its own challenges, but massive rewards.
So going into international market, what have you learned to be the right way to start it? With one person, with 5?
Yeah, the more strategic you can be with finding partners early. I mean, if you're just going to build a base of 100 customers in a new market, I wouldn't waste my time. I would start with builders, people who are focused on doing the business with you.
So you
Because
would
then
approach
you're
one
going to
person.
solve 1 or 5, I mean, it depends on how many good contacts you have.
And then what kind of partnership would you build with them?
I would just say, let's talk about building your future. Take it to the build guide.
So are you a founder in Brazil?
We're not, but we have 6 design founders on our team.
Because you didn't try to go in there, but you guided.
Our frontline guy is a founder in Brazil, and then he's got the other 5 on his team. But if I had 3 contacts in Brazil, I'd go for a founder position.
Oh, okay.
So that's what you're saying is like, if you get 3 to 5 good partners
Mhm.
in the country, that's
Yeah.
what you go for.
Yeah, technically you only need 3 because gold is the rank in most countries. So, but it doesn't
So
hurt
what
to
do
have
you look
backup.
for in a good founding partner in you start off?
Sorry, we're asking so many questions.
So good builders are committed and capable. So those are the 2 things you're looking for. And the launch guide is actually, it's going to talk to you all about what it means to qualify your builders, kind of vet them a little bit. So take some time in the launch guide to vet people.
Okay.
Cool.
Thank you.
Awesome.
All right.
Well, thank you guys. Appreciate your time and
Thank you.
excited
Thank you,
to,
thank you, thank you.
to partner with every one of you. doTERRA is like a family and a family